It's live. What's up, Stu?
Hey, Mr. Pickles.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mr. Pickles on the Mr. Pickles and Stu show. Screw that Jim guy. He's a jerk. Funny looking beard and all that stuff. He's not cool like you and me, you know? Right?
Hey, yeah, that's right. That's right.
You got your cool background. I got my cool background. We're awesome.
Yeah.
So what's new? What you been doing?
Same old, man. Same old. Just
working out,
writing about it, eating well. Even had some pickle juice.
Wow, nice.
Just to add some electrolytes to my water.
Absolutely. I told you months ago you would love the taste of my juice in your mouth.
See, we got to get that stuff out of the way before the homeschoolers show up, you know? I had a lady yell at me one time. It's like, I love your content, but you need to just watch it because I've got 4 homeschooled children here. I'm like, okay, time out. Okay. What kind of person puts homeschool kids in front of me? Okay. Obviously someone that doesn't know their audience, it doesn't know their programming guide. This ain't Mr. Rogers. What's up, Jorge? So hey, you left us last week. You said you were going to give a speech.
Yeah.
And this is I got a whole segue here. You gotta kind of go with it, okay? So just follow my lead. You gave a cool speech last week. Tell everybody
in person,
just real quick.
In person, the people in front of me. Real people. No, it was cool. It was at the Naval Academy, working with guys that are going to SEAL training within the next 6 to 9 months. They kind of spread them out through the year. And just chatting about what you need to do now and focus on your weakness. Be a leader. Never think about quitting. You think about winning or leading.
Is there a reason why they don't put all of them into one class? That would be like the mafia showing up all at once.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. It would be a mess. Be a complete mess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I got some good news this weekend, Stu.
Tell me.
Do you want good news?
I love.
And then I'm gonna put you on the spot. Guess what is happening in November?
Jimbo?
The gym show. The gym boat is happening.
Dang.
I just got the word that NCL has reduced its. What's up, Anna? What's up, Vicky? Jorge. NCL as of March is getting rid of their mandatory mask mandate on their ships. And as of May, they'll be allowing all the meeting rooms and all that other stuff to take place. So I need to start working on the sales letter and all that good stuff.
That'd be good because I wouldn't want to do a cruise with a face mask. That would not.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So So number one, I'm letting you know because I'm actually going to write you in the sales letter that you're going to come to speak. All right, that's number one.
When is it? Before Thanksgiving?
It's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So it's November 13th through the 20th.
Damn. That's a long time away from home.
Your kids are grown.
Yeah, they are. I got no excuse, Jim.
You got no excuse. It's a big boat. It's like going to the mall for a week. Okay. It's not scary or anything like that.
I bring Parker.
If you put one of those, if he's your service dog,
he's going to be really sad.
You can bring him along. Carlin says, I don't need a sales letter. Where's the sign up form? It's interesting because it's like all this stuff, you see stuff coming together, and I know there's a method to my madness here. So we're calling it audible to a degree. But yesterday, I had an hour-long conversation with Dan Kennedy. And this is every month I get to interview him for an hour. Russell interviews him for an hour, and I interview him for an hour. And so the topic just happened to be on how to get butts in seats for events. And so I got to sit there and ask him all the questions that I wanted to about getting people to come to events, writing the copy, the sequences, all that other stuff. And Russell was like, man, you asked some great questions. I was like, yeah, I asked some great questions because I had something really in mind that I was asking these questions about. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to be putting all that stuff together, putting together the early bird, all that stuff. But it's going to be pretty cool. And one of the things that has, where are we going? C-Ray says, where are we going? We're going on a boat, dude, and we're going to have fun. And it don't matter where we're going. I think it's going to St. Thomas. It's going to their Stirrup Key or whatever their, the private island is. It's going to some place I don't think I've ever been. And it's going somewhere else that we've been. So it doesn't matter. Okay. At this point, it don't matter. In fact, in the sales copy, I'm going to have something in there. It's just like, it don't matter where it's going. We're getting out. Come on, kids, before they change their mind. Let's escape. So it'd be like Escape from New York, only without the guns or Adrienne Barbeau. So the thing is, though, one of the things that really sells an event like that, or like any event, is testimonials, is case studies. It's stories from people about experiences they've had with you or with that in the past that get somebody to say, heck yeah, I'm going. So in the Carlos was just let me on the boat. There you go. So we're actually going to be talking about the topic and the theme in Customer Council on Friday. So that's one of the things we're going to be really going over. Is I have some ideas, but I want to get some feedback from people on what would they think would be cool. So anyway, but if you think about it, in order for, as we have, this would be like the 9th time or 10th time we've done this. I can't remember which one. We'll get the numbers down. But, we've had people come from all over the world to get on a boat for a week and hang out with me, my family, my friends, and my customers and stuff. Now, you think about the level of trust that somebody has to have in order to do that, that there's certain little buttons that have to get flicked in order for somebody to say, you know what, I'll make the trip. B, I'm going to get on that boat for a week. I'm going to go all over the place. But you know what? Unlike an event, like where you show up for a weekend, it's like it's over in a day or two. And if I'm not having fun, I go do something else, or, I can always fly home if something happens. That really isn't the case as easily with a boat. So there's got to be a high level of trust. And there's also got to be a high level of desire. And so one of the ways that you increase the trust massively and increase the desire is through testimonials and case studies. And that really holds true for everything. So one of the things that you do really well, but also is just inherently baked into your business at this point, is using testimonials and to a lesser extent case studies. But testimonials of how, well, I take that back though, because case studies okay, let's define something real quick. Stu, what's the difference between a case study and a testimonial?
Good question. Usually a testimonial is like a few sentences saying, thanks, this really helped me. And my pull-ups went from 10 to 15 in 2 weeks. This is great idea.
Right.
Case studies a little more in depth, where it's almost equivalent to an actual study. You're actually charting progress. You're documenting it a little deeper, and it has a beginning and an outcome that you're trying to display.
Right. So that's very good. In my mind, the testimonial is exactly what you said. It's somebody saying either good things about you, good things about your product, or saying, hey, I used this and I got a result. And we'll talk I think in the podcast, we'll talk more specifically about the 3 types of testimonials. But then the case study, if you really want to bottom line it, the case study is a story of how somebody got a result with your product or service. That's really the bottom line. It's just more detail, but it's specific details in a specific order. So do you hear background noise?
No.
Do you hear any background noise, Susan?
Is it me shaking my head like this?
No, it's weird. I'm just
my
hearing
microphone or something.
Nah, it's just weird. It's like I'm hearing. I don't know. Anyway, if anybody else is hearing any kind of weird like background noise or anything, it's gone now. Somebody said they're hearing it's like a dryer or a dishwasher. It's gone now. Did you mute yourself, Stu?
Nope.
Okay. Anyway, so is it the ocean waves? Carlin's ready, man. He's going to have to take a pre-cruise warm-up. So where was I? Oh, so
justifying case study.
Yeah, with the case study. So your business is inherently based on case studies with what you and talk about that a little bit. How do you use testimonials and case studies to make more sales of everything from coaching to books?
In fact, I even came up with a new thing that I'm doing. I'm doing Testimonial Tuesday. Right? So it's just people who send me emails or texts or DMs. I just screenshot them, post them, and I put a little store tag, to the product that they use in that testimonial right up on social media. So it's I did a great one yesterday. It was I think I had
share it. You want to show
10
it?
different pages. Yeah, I'll show it. Let me pull it up first.
Let me ask you a technical question. Do you get written permission from these people to use their testimonial in your marketing?
Not written. Well, yeah, I guess it is written because I say, hey, can I use this? And they say, sure.
Okay, good.
So it's just a real quick email.
That's fine. That's something that's really important for people to understand. I actually know people who have gotten sued for using a testimonial in their marketing and not getting explicit permission. So
I also changed names.
Okay.
Just so or block them out if it's a little too detailed. So can you see this, Jim?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is just just one of them, and I did like 10 of the. Oops, sorry, wrong picture. So I just did these, and then a little comment of mine underneath, guys. Taking this PST, good scores, before and after pictures, or before and after scores. Now, are you doing these all at once, or is this a single post, or is this? This is one single post. I put like 10 different things, but the thing you can't show on the computer that you can show on. There's me doing a big deep squat. The thing that you can't show on the computer are like the little tap the screen on your phone and it goes right to your store with that product that was used. So it was a good day yesterday, and that one had a little bit of everybody. It had Army, had Navy, had FBI, it had just people trying to get better at swimming with this particular swim workout. So it was Testimonial Tuesday.
That's absolutely cool. And you're doing that you do it every Tuesday now?
Yeah, I decided to do it every Tuesday, and just because it has a pretty nice little rhythm to it. Versus saying payday testimonial. Just so happened to be that Tuesday was the 15th, so it worked out pretty well. So. Right,
that's cool. So then talk about case studies and demos. A demo, you would think, okay, what would be a demo that Stu could use to actually get people to buy stuff? But you're basically building your TikTok channel and also Instagram with demos. What kind of demos are you doing?
Oh, just like voice over critiques of people's swimming. In fact, I devoted an entire TikTok channel just to coaching swimming. So they don't have to hunt and peck through, exercise videos and podcasts, and like my YouTube channel's kind of difficult now. I've probably like 600 videos on that thing, and if you're gonna, you have to scroll through to get through exercises and swim videos and podcasts and live Q&A sessions, things like that. But I mean, it's there if you hunt and peck for it. But now TikTok is just like, boom, you accessed over 100 videos of me telling people what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong on swimming. And it's a good little demo for that skill that some people are trying to learn.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. One of the things that we do is every, Vicky said you could create playlists.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, there's different playlists in there. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that we started doing is in our newsletter on Wednesday, we have for a while now been including a testimonial for whatever the product is that we're pushing for the week. So we've been alternating like 7-day ebook and copywriting secrets and stuff. But as we've been getting, as we've been doing different things, like next week, and y'all need to mark your calendars, we're doing the sales story masterclass. Though it's going to be free, the content at some point will be paid. And I'm going to be grabbing testimonials from people as a result of the masterclass, which is free live. But then we'll be using those in the promotion of it ongoing. But, the funny thing is people think, oh, maybe some people think this. I don't. I mean, I'm using with 7-day ebook, I'm to some cases using testimonials that are 15 years old. Because it's basically the same product, great testimonial, and, why not? So the other thing is, if you only have a few testimonials, great, recycle them. Sure. Keep using them over and over. Just keep recycling them around, especially when we're talking about social media, where maybe 2% of the people that follow you actually see what you post any given time. It's perfectly fine to post that testimonial again and again and again and again. And you do them different ways too. Mm-hmm. So talk about some of the different ways that you present testimonials or you present great feedback that you get from people.
I'll do a couple different things. Sometimes I will write an article around testimonials and then really describe the product that helped them achieve that. I've also, social media is a real easy way to do it, on your web pages as well. Obviously you can, I have my own testimonial page where there are literally probably over 100 different testimonials in there.
So,
pictures of the product that they used and links to the store.
The interesting thing is that you say you turned into an article, but guess what? What went through my mind?
What's that?
A video. Of how, take somebody's testimonial for whatever, and then you use that as the springboard for a lesson. So that's, my mind's working now. This is Stu winds Jim up and Jim goes to the board thing. But this has really got me thinking now that the testimonial is the hook. You use the testimonial as the hook. The story is over here. And then the call to action, the offer is here. Hook is the testimonial, and then that's the first part of the story. So I want to share with you a quick story about a guy who was able to get a special forces contract, and by taking his push-ups from 50 to 80 in 30 days. In fact, he was able to post these scores with his PST. Let me talk to you about how he was able to do that. And so you tell how he was able to do whatever, how he got that result. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg of what we have or what we teach you inside of, 12 weeks to seal fit or over 40, whatever. And, to celebrate, oh my God, the reason for a special offer, oh my God, to celebrate so-and-so's success and to help you join him, I'll give you, or I'll make you this offer. So think about that. So let's just think about that the mental process here. So Tom is able to get a special forces contract. All right. He gets his little SEAL contract or whatever. That's exciting. That's what Dick and Harry want, right? So now it's like, let me explain to you what Tom did to get that X-ray contract. This is what he did. And by the way, this is exactly what we teach inside a 12-week SEAL fit or whatever.
Sure.
And you know what? To celebrate Tom's success and to help you join him, if that's really what you want to do, I've put together a special offer, and I'm calling it the Tom offer. Okay.
I like it.
And here's the thing. So then Dick and Harry are over here watching Tom living their dream. And then you say, he did it with my stuff. Here's what he did and how he did it. Here's the key to success. And here's a special offer to celebrate Tom's success and to help you join him. Dude.
Nice. I love that.
That is pure gold right there, because that's got every reason. And that's like, this is the reason for some sort of a special offer. And it doesn't even have to be a special offer. It could be a coupon code.
Love it.
And it's Tom discount. So you have like you have the discount code is linked to the testimonial story that they want to make their story. I'm going to try that. I'm going to do this. I think this has got some real potential.
No, I'm on that. I pretty much have done that. I just haven't offered well, I guess I did do an offer, but I didn't do a special offer. I said, here's what he did. Buy now. But yeah, I could do a definite, just reframe that offer to make it a special Tom offer, like you said.
But see, this thing right here, I don't know why the hell this thing is, it's weird. I guess my finger must have magnets in it. What's the key is the reason why. Because whenever you do something out of the ordinary, people are like, well, why are you doing that? Other than, hey, I want to make money. But this is the perfect thing
to celebrate.
Of like the reason that we're celebrating Tom's success in getting his contract. Now, the other thing that you could do let's talk for a minute about a case study. Because testimonial and then a case study is basically the story of how they got that result. So I guess you could do it the same way, but the story is the case study. So the hook, if we're doing a testimonial, if we're doing a case study, then the case study, the hook is the result. And the same thing here, the hook is the testimonial, the hook is the result. But then the story, it's the same thing. It's their story.
Just a little more in depth. Maybe you can add a little bit of the hero's journey to it.
Absolutely.
Kind of give it a little spin, and show them that, it's a little bit of a struggle, but he did it. Give him credit.
Their hero's journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for grins.
Hey, can I show you something else I use testimonials for?
Yeah, do me a favor real quick and hit your mute button.
All right.
Yeah, the noise is coming on your end. At least the noise I'm hearing is coming on your end.
It is.
Is it the dryer, washer?
My heater. It's my heater.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, no worries. That's fine.
Intake air over there. Yeah.
Well, that's something to be conscious of.
I can go turn it off if you want.
Well, for professional level recordings, you might want to, but other people are hearing the noise.
For the podcast, I'll go turn it off.
But this is the thing, man. It's like to celebrate their success and to help you join them. But think about the command that is sending to the subconscious. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's oh my gosh. To celebrate their success and to help you join them, I want to make you a special offer. I want to share with you a story about somebody who was where you might have been and how they were able to accomplish what I think you want to accomplish. Let me tell you the story of Tom. Tom was this, he went through this, he hit rock bottom, made a decision, found our product, really put it into it, was able to come up, and then was able to, in fact, I just got a letter from him that he made it through SQT. And so that's pretty exciting. I want to celebrate for him and I want to celebrate for you. He used this. And then the other thing is when we talk about testimonials and and other stuff is you got to kind of have your ears open when you find one and somebody says something to you, be ready to capture it and jump on it. Like, I don't know, if some real famous Navy SEALs were sitting around a campfire, one of which you had a major motion picture made about him, and they're all talking about how they made it to Buds, and the one guy says, "Oh, you guys did all that? I just got Stu Smith's book and followed it, and I made it."
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever do anything with that?
I didn't take advantage of that. No.
It's not too late.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I found out? This is a headset speaker. Can you still hear that noise?
No.
Yeah, because I had my webcam speaker was.
You mean microphone? You mean microphone?
Yeah. Oh yeah, microphone. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, my webcam microphone was picking up more noise outside of the So now I just turned on the headset speaker or microphone.
Much better sound, by the way.
Okay, good. Can I show you something real quick?
Please. Yeah, go ahead.
So this is something else I do with testimonials, and I just make these little memes, post on social media. So I basically put a picture with the kind of the title of the program underneath.
Well, that's also a benefit.
Say that again.
Ace the physical screening test is a benefit. That's a payoff that they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so anyway, those are just like before and after scores, and so there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's smart. Especially if you have something that's measurable and demonstrable.
Yeah.
But really what you're after is like any good story, you're after that contrast of I was here, now I'm here. And the agent of change was this product. And people are like, oh, dang. And what you really want is somebody who's worse off than the people that you're talking to. It's like they'll remember comic books with the 98-pound weakling getting sand kicked in his face. It's like, hey, man, I'm not that bad.
Back page of the comic book. Those were cool.
Yeah, that sold some stuff.
Atlas.
Charles Atlas.
Yeah, yeah.
In his cheetah print Speedo, black and white picture. So I think that's important to really make that distinction. No matter what you're selling, ultimately you're selling a result. And when somebody gets that result, you want to make sure that you capture that, get permission to use it, and then use it. And get creative with it. Don't just use it by throwing it up there and think that that's enough, because it's just noise. You got to give people context. So
great way to frame it, Jim.
All right.
Nice.
So shall we transition into the podcast?
Sure thing. We're at 151.
All right. And do you know what we're talking? I know we know what we're talking about.
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right, good. Should I get a new board?
Kind of.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Sales, Copywriting, and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. This is episode 151. I'm your host, Jim Edwards, along with my trusty co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Thank you, Jim.
Stu, 151. That has a special significance in your life, doesn't it?
If it has to do with the level of alcohol in a Bacardi, probably.
See, I knew you'd be quick on the uptake on that. You know, Bacardi 151 altered the trajectory of my life. Would you like to know how?
You learned to light alcohol on fire and make cool drinks out of it?
Well, funny enough, yes, to a degree. I was a freshman at one of the finest educational institutions in the nation.
I know. I named my children after it.
Not on purpose. So my sister was a junior and I was a freshman. She was friends with all the guys in the SAE fraternity. And so her boyfriend was in the fraternity. And so they invited me to come over for a party at the fraternity house. And it was a big deal because freshman guys didn't, you're like the untouchables in India. It's just not, you're not invited anywhere like that. So everybody else is sitting around trying how to figure out to get beer because we all missed the drinking age change by, 6 months, 12 months. It's like everybody ahead of us is stepping up and still can get beer, but we can't. So long story short, I go over to the fraternity and I'm getting the time of day from a few people only because I'm Beth's brother and she's dating this guy named Vinny. And so we are walking around from room to room and they're doing parties and they're doing flaming shots in one of the rooms. And I said, okay, watch this. So I don't remember what it was. It was like a swizzle stick, but it had a big thing on it. I dipped it in the Bacardi, lit it on fire, took a shot and blew about a 6-foot flaming thing. And all the guys in the fraternity were like, oh my God, Beth, your brother is so cool. Within 2 weeks, I had gotten an invitation. I got what was called a shake, where they were like, dude, we know we want you in the fraternity. You can wear the fraternity letters without even being a pledge yet. I mean, we want you. Nice. And I had originally been thinking I wanted to be in Sigma Chi, but then when these guys showed up at 2:00 in my dorm room in the morning and there's like, they filling the hallway going, we want you. Okay, I was like, okay, cool. It's nice to be wanted. So Bacardi 151 totally altered the trajectory of my life because it just did. My life would have been completely different if I had not blown that flaming ball of fire. So
that's pretty. My 151 experience had to do with making beer taste like Dr. Pepper. You ever remember that? So you get some amaretto with 151 on top. You light it, drop the whole shot glass into a can of beer, and then tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, there you go. Until the third one, you black out. There you go. All right. And, it's funny. Jorge said, Jim the flamethrower. I do have a flamethrower. There's this theme here. I was a little bit of a firebug when I was a kid.
Guys with fire.
Is what it is.
It's odd. Caveman mode.
I bet I would have been an awesome caveman. All right. I would have been drawing pictures on the cave and lighting stuff on fire. And I love barbecue too. So, there you go. All right. So what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about testimonial wizard options. So we may actually do a wizard walkthrough today, maybe, or a script walkthrough that uses a way to use testimonials in your sales copy.
All right.
One thing I've also done with using the Jim Edwards method wizards is I placed a testimonial into the quote wizard and popped out some cool articles with the quote wizard too. So
I would have never thought to do that until you told me you did that.
It's what I'm here for, Jim.
But it makes perfect sense. Let's talk for a minute though about case studies and testimonials. And I know we're talking about testimonials, but I just want to talk for just a minute about case studies and testimonials. And in the Jim and Stu show, we talked a little bit about the difference, but I just want to clarify. A case study is the story of how somebody got the result. Okay, it's the story of results, preferably with your product, and it follows the hero's journey. Okay, they start out here. They were trying it on their own. Life sucked. They got into trouble. It was terrible. They were at rock bottom. They were introduced to your product. They made the decision to buy it. They started using it, got great results, and then realized that it got them better results than they ever could have hoped to do on their own. And everybody needs to get, now they're an evangelist. So that's a case study. Very, very powerful. Now, testimonial is basically a supporting statement for you or the product. Okay, that in a sentence, that's what it does. So the holy grail of testimonials, the number one thing that everybody wants to get is a results testimonial. So during the Jim and Stu during the Shim and Shu show, you were showing results testimonials. I got
before and after.
This is right
before and after.
Is by the way the most impressive way to do this. You're doing before and afters with numbers.
Sure.
So the problem is, for some people, they don't have these, especially when you're launching a product. Like next week, we're doing the Sales Story Masterclass for the first time. I don't have any testimonials, but what I do have are testimonials from people about stuff I've done in the past. So you can have testimonials where people are talking about your past results. Okay, so one way you can do that is somebody could say, I've done all of Jim's classes and they've all been amazing, and I know this one's just going to be just as good. Or you can say, here's what people have to say about other master classes we have done in the past. So you can use past glory to support current stuff as long as you put it in the right frame, put it in the right context. The third type of testimonial that you can get is a personal endorsement. So now, that's kind of what I said on the first one. People could say, you know what? Stu really knows you're coming out with a new thing, but you get somebody like Admiral so-and-so that says, I've known Stu for the last 30 years. He's amazing. Everything I've ever seen him do is really cool. And I know that this next thing he's doing will be just as good. So it's a personal endorsement thing. And then really the fourth type it's kind of like, we'll just call it the Celebrity Blurb. So I found out the power of the Celebrity Blurb over 20 years ago when I sent a copy of my 7-day ebook to a gentleman I know y'all have heard of, J. Conrad Levinson. He wrote the Guerrilla Marketing series of books. He's since passed. But I had developed a relationship with him through email and stuff. And I used to actually be in contact with all these really well-known people. Some of them became friends. A couple of them became business partners back when there was no social media. I mean, you had to actually, it was like corresponding with people. We just did it through email. But I had the temerity, the bald-faced temerity, Stu, to go to Jay and say, hey, Jay, I just wrote this book with Joe Vitale. Would you take a look at it? Maybe give me an endorsement or something? And within 30 minutes, he sent me back a blurb. He obviously didn't read the book. But what he sent back was, if William Shakespeare were alive today, he would spend a lot of time on Jim and Joe's book. And I'm like, holy crap, that means nothing, but it means everything. And it was like J. Conrad Levinson, author, Guerrilla Marketing series of books. And I wrote that blurb for a decade.
I don't blame you.
And so getting somebody that people have heard of or feel like they should have heard of, or they've heard of, to just say something. And if you read, like people's books, the advanced praise for so and so, like my buddy Dan Rome, his book, The Pop-Up Pitch. I don't even know where it is on here, but he got I guess it's on his website. He didn't put it in the book. But anyway, some guy who's really big at Disney read the book and gave him praise for it. And it was just the fact that this was a big muckety muck at Disney was more important than the fact that the guy was endorsing the book. Like, what the guy said didn't matter. It was the fact that that person said something about the book. So those are your basic types of testimonials that you can get. This is number one because results before and after, that kind of thing, is the most powerful. People say, oh, that chucklehead got that result. I know. I'm smarter, better looking, better equipped than that guy. Obviously, I can do better. And then these are just kind of going down the line of credibility to help you out with that. So now that we have established that, what do you want to talk about?
Well, maybe we demonstrate a little bit. Maybe show some prior things that you have inputted into the funnel scripts wizard, testimonial, or we can go quote wizard with a testimonial, play around with that.
So let's do this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to show you the $1 Million Testimonial script inside of funnel scripts. We don't really show funnel scripts as much as we could. And I'll just kind of show you the way to get a testimonial is to, number one, ask. That's the thing. If you ask, you can get. And then if you use them in your marketing, other people are like, hey, he gets testimonials from people. You know what? I got a good result. Let me send him a testimonial. So it's like testimonials breed testimonials. So let's do, oh, look, we have an example for Stu. Do you want, which one do you want to do?
We always do stuff for me. Let's do something else.
Okay, let's do the struggling writer one. Okay. So basically it's just going to ask you, we don't want to do that. We'll do 7-day ebook. And you know what? We'll do, this is our book. And this is entrepreneur. I just totally changed it. You can see it only takes 4 things to make it do something. So we click build, and then the first thing, these questions help you to elicit a good testimonial. So first question, did you enjoy the book? Did you enjoy the thing? What this does is it puts them in a positive frame of mind. It's not like all of your testimonials are, I really enjoyed the book. I really enjoyed the course. I really enjoyed this. This is to put them in a positive frame of mind. They may elaborate. In a sentence or two, what would you say to another entrepreneur about 7-Day Ebook and what it's done for you? Oh, well, I was able to actually create a book and get it done in a week. And then I was able to use it to start getting business. It was pretty amazing. What was your single biggest takeaway from the book? Oh, it was the fact that I could do this, 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 and this. Is there anything else we can improve about 7-Day Ebook? Nah, it's pretty amazing. Or, hey, it'd be cool if you had software that would do this. My life changed when somebody said that to me one time. What'd be cool is if you had software that would do this. And I was like, crap, that would be pretty cool. And that was one of the things that helped make the wizards come to life.
Nice.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence about getting started with Jim Edwards and or 7-Day Ebook? Man, you need to do this. I put it off for years. I saw the ads. I did the thing. And then thanks for your input. Do we have permission to use your comments as a testimonial? So now for a results testimonial, what we want to do is this is kind of feels a little bit like a case study, but it's not. What was your problem before you bought 7-Day Ebook? My big problem was, I didn't have the time to sit down and write my book. Now, what results have you gotten from the book? Well, I got it and actually got my book done. It took me 10 days. It didn't take me 7 days. But the thing is, I screwed around for the first 3 or 4 days. But if I'd really sat down and applied myself, actually could have gotten it done faster than a week. What kept you from buying the book sooner? Nothing. I saw the ad. I went ahead and bought it. What exactly did you like most? Why would you recommend it to someone else? And what do you have any other benefits you want to mention? So then there's a bunch of optional questions here that you can use to kind of get somebody to elaborate, because in some cases, people might not be as loquacious as we tend to be. In other words, they don't run their mouth nonstop. Sure. And so you got to ask a bunch of questions to kind of draw it out of them. Now, so that's with a testimonial, but if we were to do like a case study to show the difference, all right? So in this case, actually, you know what? So Jim Edwards, entrepreneur, can't spell it. That doesn't mean I can't talk to him. Book writing, getting more, it's not selling more books, it's getting more leads in your business. 7-Day Ebook, and it's a book. Okay, so now, here's the thing. If you look at this, so just without even looking at the questions, like part 1, background and the problem. Part 2, search for the solution. Part 3, solution provided. Part 4, specific results. So if you think about it, that's kind of the even right there is following the hero's journey a little bit. So we ask them, first thing, tell us your name, who's your target audience, what was your process for getting more leads for your business before 7-Day Ebook? How would you describe your process? So this is to basically get the story elaborated on and stuff. What were the specific challenges you faced with getting more leads? What was the worst part of getting more leads? So in this case, we're like, man, getting more leads sucked. I was spending all this money on ads. I was cold calling. I was knocking on doors. It blew. There had to be a better way to do this. Carlin says, wow, didn't know the script was out there in Funnel Scripts. Your walkthrough is giving me ideas. I feel bad because this has been in there for like 4 or 5 years. That's my fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault for you not knowing it's there. So then the next thing, search for a solution. Hey, you think about that. It's like made a decision. There's got to be a better way. Boom. Oh, crap. So what led you to look for a better way for getting more leads in your business? Well, I was going broke, busting money on ads. And I had no credibility and blah, 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 blah. How long had you been looking? Why did you decide to try it? What got you off the fence? Then talking about, how did it help you? Was it you who used it or somebody else in your business? How did it make you money, save you time, and avoid effort? Then we're getting into specific results. And then finally, this will help you. These questions will help you to really round it out. But if you were to go over into the Jim Edwards Method Premium, and you were to use, or if you were going to use in content marketing scripts, if you were going to use the the quote excerpt wizard. So I guess we could grab one and do it real quick. Let's load a 7-day ebook avatar, part-time writer, 7-day ebook. Struggling part-time writer. Okay, so if we go over to 7-day ebook, we'll grab a testimonial, see if we can get this. Okay, this training course is exceptional. The training society has a scant amount of knowledge on ebooks. Now they're creating a come out with a entire toolbox of blah, 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 blah. So that's a good one. But let's see. Jim's the point step anyone. No filler, all meat, potatoes, delivers, head class. So the one that I would probably be looking for, let's see. Like, remember Angie, the lady that we interviewed, the one who gave us that phrase, the struggle bus? You remember her?
Yeah.
She'd be the one to grab, one of those, or like Stella, the 12-year-old that wrote her book and got it done. She and her mom were on there. These are all testimonials for the course. So
you can just grab one and just show them how it works.
Here we go. This is fantastic course. I wish we'd had this 4 Kindle books ago. There you go. All right. So that's a good one. So agile customer, big payoff, big pain. Okay, here's the quote. The testimonial. This quote is by a lady named Kathy. All right. An email she sent us. How are they relevant to my target audience? Because Kathy is an aspiring, or actually, Kathy is an author who is already publishing on Kindle. She found a new way to get books done faster and easier than what she'd been doing. See how fast I can do this. What's the big idea? Okay, the big idea behind this quote is you are never too old to learn new ways to get the same or a better result.
Nice.
How does this apply to you? If you're publishing books already, here's a new way to do it faster and easier. If you're brand new, here's the keys. Here's the key to getting it done with less hassle. What are their ideal action steps from this? Now, do you think we should should the action steps be, here you go. I know what to do. Brainstorm all the ways having your own book would build your business. Isolate the single biggest payoff your audience wants. Create a book to help them get that payoff and lead them to the next logical step of hiring you or buying additional products. I know that's not there. So I'd like to invite you to check out my 7-day ebook, 7dayebook.com. I think I did this in like 5 minutes. I mean, this isn't taking long. I plan to publish this. Okay, so I'm going to do this as a quick video, and here's the link. We click build. All right, here we go. I wish we'd had this 4 Kindle books ago. That would be the hook. I would use that as the hook headline for the thing. This is a fantastic course. I wish we'd had this 4 Kindle books ago. The steps Jim gives will make our next one so much smoother and faster to create and will be much easier to target to an eager audience. Thanks, Jim. This is from Kathy Vartuli, and from an email she sent us. Kathy is actually an author who's already publishing on Kindle, and she's excited because she found a new way to get books done faster and easier than what she's been doing. Now, the big idea here is you're never too old or too established or too much of an expert to learn new ways to get the same or better result. Here's how this applies to us, specifically when it comes to ebook writing or marketing with ebooks, or getting more, getting more leads and sales in your existing business. All right. So here's how this applies to us getting more leads and sales in your existing business. If you're publishing books already, here's a new way to do it faster and easier. And if you're brand new, here's the key to getting it done with less hassle. Actually, this is creating ebooks fast. That reads better. So for creating ebooks fast, so let's put this into action. Brainstorm all the ways having a book would build your business. Isolate the single biggest payoff your audience wants and create a book that helps them to get that payoff and leads them to the next logical step of hiring you or buying additional products. Oh, one more thing. If you want to know how to take this to the next level, drop what you're doing and check out my 7-day ebook at 7dayebook.com. This makes it easy for you to live the dream lifestyle of a successful author without mortgaging your house to run Facebook ads. Boom. That's pretty cool with that testimonial on there, dude. That's really good. I'm going to have to start doing that because
it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great tip. So, interestingly enough, we showed the Jim Elmer's method, we showed content marketing scripts, and we showed funnel scripts. So we gave everybody all kinds of nifty things to
Trifecta.
See. That's right. There you go. So I think on that note, I want to thank everybody for joining us for the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. You did a great job, Stu, especially with this being a sentimental episode number of 151, like we talked about at the beginning, where our lives and palates were changed for a lifetime, thanks to Bacardi rum. So
yeah, those are definitely younger life events.
Yeah,
I wouldn't make a Dr. Pepper right now to save my life. But
dude, I can't even stay up late enough to drink. I mean, it's like, all that stuff. I'm in bed asleep, and when we be coming home from the bars or coming home from parties and stuff is when I'm getting up now to go to work and to work out. So
yeah, that's the way it happens, man. Getting old. Hey, something I have to remind people is make sure they go to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Facebook group, because you have almost 25,000 people in that group now.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's a pretty good group. There's no group. We kick the chuckleheads out. So, we actively monitor that group, and we kick the pinheads to the curb with extreme glee, which means the people that are in there are actually kind of cool.
And they're very helpful. Someone posts something like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Did you guys see my my post I put in there, Jim, about the military commercials? So
I did not, but I need to check that out.
Check it out, because what I did to try to make something just popular is think about what's going on. So over this weekend, we had the Super Bowl. And what does everybody talk about Super Bowl weekend? Well, they talk about football, but they also talk about the commercials that Super Bowl is playing.
Right.
So what I did is I wrote an article and I ranked the top 10 best military recruiting commercials on Super Bowl weekend. I said, if these were going to go into the Super Bowl, this is how I would rank them, right?
Be all that you can be. I know the number one that you chose without even seeing it. It was one where the waves were coming up on the beach, and then there are no footprints, and then there's footprints, and then it was for Navy Special Warfare. I know that was your number one.
That was my number one. And then a buddy of mine who also went through training with me sent me a video that was so funny because this guy's jumping out of helicopters and scuba diving and blowing up stuff and shooting stuff. And all it said in there was, and just think, some guy is buying a minivan right now.
There you go. Nice. Nice.
That was pretty harsh. That was like in your face. So I actually tied it for number one for those two. But I got some Marine Corps ones on there doing the nights and doing all that cool stuff. And then the Army be all you can be. You know, we do more by 9 a.m.
We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
You got an Army Ranger one. I got an Air Force PJ one. I even got the Coast Guard in there. So
there you go.
So it was fun.
See, let me tell you what. Coast Guard sees more action than most guys see
every day.
Ever. Like everyday reality is other people's 18-month deployment highlight.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. God bless them all. All right, buddy. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye, everybody.